Hi everyone, it's Brenda from Artfully Blessed, and today we are going to be making a waterfall for inside our journal. This is video 8, and if you've been following me all along, thank you so much, and welcome to all the new subscribers. Very happy to have you here. We are making our way through the kit Cottage Provence. It's from My Porch Prints. You can use any kit. This is basically to show you some ideas what to do with kits, but that one is certainly a beautiful kit, as all theirs are. It's one of my favorite designers out there on Etsy. So just to show you, I kind of had a different thought process for this today and played around. And when you're making your waterfall, you have to do a lot of scoring on paper, and it's kind of to make, the waterfall happen, right? So I started off with first a piece of cardstock that was actually really good cardstock. I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is actually some that I had left, and it's a heavier one. And I started making my score lines, and I thought, you can even see how it's just kind of like not straight there. And I'd worry over time that this might wear down or that it's almost like too thick, right? So then I put that aside, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do the white paper, like regular cardstock, like from Walmart, that I buy to do all my tags and stuff. And I tried to do that, and that was almost too thin. So then I started thinking that what would be a good material to make something that bends all the time. And I thought, I had a aha moment, and I have these file folders that I have a whole bunch of that are just sitting around because I tend to not throw things away. And if I can get my hands on something or someone else is throwing it away, I'm like, hey, please, I'll take it, right? Because, us junk journalers, we like to hoard stuff, right? Well, anyways, so I have a bunch of these file folders, and I thought, these are meant to fold all the time, so why not try to make a waterfall out of this? So, I started playing around, and I cut my pieces, and I scored, okay, and I thought, okay, this is going to be great. This is going to work out really, really well. However, it's pretty boring, and it's very yellow-ish, or manila, whatever, vanilla. And I thought, I really want it to look like it belongs in my journal, okay? So then I had another aha moment, and I thought, well, why not print the kit papers on this manila folder? So that's what I did. So let me show you what you do first, and then I will take you through it step by step. This might be a longer video, guys, but I only went so far, right? So a lot of this is going to be new for me too. I only went so far as just to kind of prep a little bit, just so I knew kind of where I wanted to go. So if this doesn't turn out, full disclosure, I'm doing this with you, okay? And we're going to figure it out together. So let's first bring my cutter here. All right, and I just want to show you the folders that I am using are the really big ones, okay? And I think I used like 3 or 4 of them. And don't worry about, wasting, because we'll use the other parts for different things, right? We can use them for tags and whatnot. So it's never a worry to use like 3 or 4 of these, right? So these are, I believe these are, gosh, what are they? Maybe by 14, would that be right? 14, like the legal size, I guess. They're very, very wide, okay? So what I did first is I took one, and let me grab one that's together yet. Where this curves right here, I don't want that on there, okay? So what I did is I put this in my cutter, and I took it to 12 inches, okay? So you're just gonna, on one side, you're gonna put it in, cut it to 12 inches. All right. Now, what you're gonna do is you are going to open it up, and we are not gonna use this one because if you see, there are score lines already on there. I mean, we could, but I don't want to, okay? I think they're the wrong direction. Yeah, so this wouldn't work. So I don't want this side, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna go right to the kind of fold line there. And I'm just gonna cut it. All right. Then I'm gonna take this, flip it over, and I'm gonna go to 8.5. Okay. And then I'm gonna go to 11. Flip it again, 11. Okay. This 8.5 by 11 is like a sheet of paper you can put through your printer, and that is how I was able to cut these out. Okay. So you want that. All right. So you're gonna, whatever kind of design you want, I did it on both sides. Okay, you're gonna put, I think I did like 2 of these through the printer of this style, this page from the kit. And then I did 2 like this and 1 like this. I did not do anything on reverse because, and I'll tell you why. These I'm gonna be using for the ones that flip, and some of this is going to be for journaling, okay? So I'm not worried about the yellow on there, okay? So I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to set all of these aside. So you have this, you're going to do your printing. That's step 1, okay? Pause the video if you need to, or you can watch a whole video through and then, you know, kind of try it again, or try it by watching it a second time, you know, get your stuff all prepped. Now this one, this is the one with those ridges left in it, right? I'm going to actually just cut those off. No biggie. And remember, this goes to 12 inches, right? Well, we need a piece from this 12 inches. That is why I cut it at 12 inches first, instead of cutting it right to 11.5. I need a 12-inch piece for part of my mechanism. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to cut this at 1.5 inches and try to be very precise with your cutting today, because that is going to matter. So you're going to have this, and you are going to have some sheets that you've run through your printer, okay? And now let me tell you the sizes of those. I'm going to move some of my stuff aside. Whoops. I'm hoping I did not flip my camera up. All right. Let me see where we are. I got to stand up for a sec. All right. I'm going to just readjust here a little bit. Okay. We're still moving. Good. Now, let me move all my scraps. Okay. So our sizes of things that we need are going to be a 4.5 by 9 piece of paper. That is not the right size. These are my scraps. I apologize for that. But anyway, that's why we're doing 2, by the way. That's why you cut 2 of these, because if you see, this goes over that, right? That's why I needed 2. I hope that makes sense for you guys. So anyway, on the one sheet, I need a 4.25 by 9 piece. Okay, that is the kind of like the base or our belly band part. So that is going to be one piece. And then the other piece is going to be 4.25 by 8. Okay, right here. So we have 2 pieces so far. So let's do a little bit with those, okay? I'm going to bring my scoring tool. If you have a scoreboard, this is going to be a lot easier for you because you really do have to be pretty precise. Now, on the very large one, I want to see if you can see this. I'll get it up here so you guys can see everything I'm doing. On the very largest one, which was the 4 1/4 by 9, okay, you're going to put it in like this. So there's your 9, there's your 4 1/4, okay. You are going to score it at a 1/2 inch. Be very, very careful when you're scoring. You want to take your time here. And then at 8 1/2 inches. And if you're unsure, you can always flip it around, you know, just as long as you have it 1/2 inch on both sides, okay? And I'm just going to kind of fold that like that. I'm just going to set that aside for a minute because now we're taking this piece, okay? And we're going to put it in. Remember, this one is 4 1/4 by 8. This one, we are going to score every 1/2 inch at 6 different times, okay? So we have a 1/2 inch. We have 1. We have 1 1/2. We have 2. We have 2 1/2. All right, so let me see how many score lines I have here. I want to make sure I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. That's what I thought. Okay, so our next one is 3. Oop. All right. I hope I did that right. I think I did. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be a guinea pig here. If I make mistakes, well, it's going to be what really happens in real life, right? So now I need my bone folder. So let me find that right here. Okay, and this base, the belly band, I'm going to score it down really, really well. Okay. And then this piece, this is with all those lines on it. It's kind of hard to see, but you'll get it. That first one I'm going to fold, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay. Now, I did it once, but now I'm going to fold it and really burnish it down. There's 1. When you're folding it and you're burnishing it down in case you need to make any adjustments, the most important thing is that your sides stay even. So even if you have to adjust a little bit, do it here. So even up your sides. Okay. All right, so now we have boom, 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 boom. We look good. Okay, now we have these 2 pieces, so we're doing really well, right? We have this piece, but we're going to set that up here for a minute. The only other thing we need now is going to be the pieces that we place on here to flip, okay? I decided to go 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. I'm hoping that I am correct. I'm hoping that was good, but like I said, I have not fully made one of these yet, so we're gonna see together. So with that being said, I need 5 of these. Okay, I need 5 things that flip. So I'm going to take my cutting tool again, and I just dropped my basket that this was sitting on. See, real stuff here. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to just cut off some of the stuff that did not print. And what I recommend is that you take a piece of just the regular manila cardstock like I did and just cut a piece like a template, right? And then that way you can kind of see where you want it to go on your paper. Like I love this. I would love that to be part of this. So if I do it here though, that's going to cut that part off, right? Maybe I want that heart in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this about 4 3/4, or I'm sorry, yeah, 4 3/4. So let's try that first. 4 3/4. Whoops. I flip it to make sure everything's good on the back. And then right here, I think I would like it. And let's try this at 4 1/4. Let's see if we can line it up and if everything's on there like I thought it should be. 4 1/4. So there's one. Okay. And then the same piece of paper, I can go ahead and get 2 out of here. So I can decide, do I want this? Do I want something like that? But notice I did print off 2. So I can have all different types on this one, right? Because there's so much on this piece here that is lovely, I can go ahead and kind of choose different each time. So this is going to be 4 1/4. Remember, that's our width. And then we need 4 3/4. So that looks good. So there's this piece and this piece, okay? And then, I'm going to do this one as well, but I thought this was so beautiful. So I definitely want some out of this. And now this one, it's not this way, it's not portrait, it's landscape, but that's okay because I'm still going to have enough with the, you know, coming down the 4 3/4. It's not going to be a problem at all. So I might actually take 2 out of this one. So let me do that. Let me just cut here. And let's go. All right. I really love this. So I want that for sure. So, and you can do this a couple different ways. You could do your 4 3/4 first. Yeah, because we'll still be able to get the other out of here. So 4 3/4. And then I know I want one with this in it. So I'm going to say 4 1/4. And like I said, you can do whatever pieces you want from the kit. This was just an idea. Okay. Whoops. I am dropping stuff. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we could end it with one more from here. So let me cut some of that off. And what did we have? We had the heart and we had the button. So I'm going to do something more from this side. So let's go for 4 1/4. And let's go for 4 3/4. All right, that looks pretty close. Okay. And those look a little bit big for this. I might have to trim those up just a smidge. Four and a quarter. That is 4 1/4. Might want to go just a tiny shy though. I mean the tiniest sliver. Like that much, okay? Do one at a time. Just going, just like I said, a tiny sliver. And I hope it's going to be okay. There's 2 there. Like I said, I had tiny pieces. Now let's see how they line up though, because I really do want these all straight. That one. There's one in here, I think that's shorter or longer, one or the other. So close though. I think we're going to be okay. I really do. I think we'll make adjustments once we get on there. Okay, I am going to set this aside. I think I'm done with cutting for a minute. So let me set that aside. And let's come back to our stuff. All right, so we have folded everything here. This is our base. And then these cards are going to get glued on here, okay? And then they'll kind of flip. Now what I would like to do before I glue them, and in my case, I am going to use tape, okay? I'm going to use this book tape. And I will tell you, I'm actually going to use the book tape and I might use a little bit of glue. I haven't used my book tape in a while and it's pretty sticky, but gosh, I really don't want this to come apart. So I think I might do both. I want to round my corners down here. So I'm going to go with the medium rounding and make sure they're the way, you know, just on the bottom part. And make sure that they're sitting the way that they need to. Okay. And one more. Okay. I do want to ink around, but I'm not going to use one that I usually use. I have been using, where is it? I have been using my walnut stain every time. So this time, I think I'm going to try hickory smoke, okay? Because I thought it would be pretty with the purple. So I'm just going to go around the edges. Maybe. Yeah, it's on there. It just doesn't look like it's on there. Kind of like a smoky gray. pretty. It'll make my pages stand out a little bit more, right? So let me do this real super fast. And the reason why I decided to do a little bit of inking is because when I wrap this band around, I didn't want to print yet another color on. So I decided I'm just going to ink that and hope that that will make this a little more cohesive. If you watch my other videos, I use that word a lot, but I mean, it's just, I like my stuff to kind of make sense together. All right, so we got that. And then this is the part that goes up. So I might just because we can, right? I don't think I need all of it to do it because I'm going to have this stuff glued on here. All right. And then that, will that matter? It might. I'm going to put that there. Like I said, I have not done this yet. So we're gonna have fun together. It's either going to be a miracle and it's going to turn out gorgeous and we're going to say, yay, pat on the shoulder for us, or you guys are going to probably quit following me. You're going to say, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I'm just joking. Okay, so the base. All right, this part, just to kind of show you, let me bring my journal in. The base sits on the page. Okay, and we put something under it to move so that we have the waterfall effect. All right, so I'm going to put tape here and here. I'm going to move that out, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch tape. Like I told you, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I hope I don't regret this. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny dabs of the glue. Because I really, really, really want this to stick. And this one, actually, I could have used, take this off for a second. Because this is going to hold our base down. We really, really need that tape to cover that full amount. So let me take my 1/2 inch. See if I can get it on there without it going over. And that would cover the whole thing. Let's see. Because I'm going to put it right snug as a bug, right up to that. Yeah, I think that'll work. You sit here for a minute. Okay, and so I did use 1/2 inch on this, and I'm going to use it here too. Because I just, oh, my glue is just having a mind of its own. Okay. I'm going to just cover my glue for a minute because otherwise it's going to keep bubbling out of there and that's not good. So like I said, I'm going to just kind of rub this glue. I don't want it to get too crazy on me. And I'm going to go right down to the fold on this one. So it is a true 1/2 inch, okay? That should work. Let me take my scissors. I'm going to trim that. Okay, so that's that. Just stick that over there for right now. All right, now, so this is going to go, this is going to be for our pieces, these pieces right here, okay? So we need to start gluing stuff on. However, I do want this piece is going to attach to that, okay? And because it is going to attach to that, I think I want to do tape. In fact, I'm going to probably do tape for it all, right? But I think I want to do the 1/2 inch tape on this one as well, because I really need, that's going to have the most, what I want to tell you, I don't want to say wear and tear, but, you know, the most stress on it. All right. So once again, I have that folded. I'm going to go right down to the bottom. Whoop. Okay. Hopefully I did you even. It doesn't look it. Let me see here. Yeah. So there is a little bit of overlap right here, but I can easily trim that. So let me do that. I don't think it's going to matter, but let me see. Would it matter? Yeah, it will matter because this flips, and then if I had tape here, right, then it would stick to that, and that would be really, really not a good day. So let me carefully trim that off without cutting my other paper. I think that's close enough. All right. Okay. Now for the others, for these that stick on here, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to leave this like this, and I'm going to fold all of these back, okay? You do not stick something here, all right? Just so that you know that. So not the very last one where there's no folds on here. You're going to come one, okay? You don't want to glue on the bottom part. You don't want to glue right on the fold. You want to be just shy of that fold. And that's why I thought the 1/4 inch tape would work out really well, okay? Even though it's a 1/2 inch thing, I'm going to do the 1/4 inch. So now that I've said that, I told you I'm going to do a little bit of glue at the same time, and that way it'll ensure that this sticks for me. I don't know why my glue is being silly today. It's like, really? So I might not be able to do this if it keeps acting up on me, because I really want a very, very thin line of glue. All right, so with this time, I'm going to actually do my tape. I guess it doesn't matter if the glue seeps out a little bit, because remember, we have that whole thing to play with, right? I just, I don't want it too much on that fold. So there's my fold. Oh, don't do this to me. See, I told you, look at it. That's not playing nice. I'm going to go a little bit shy of that. And then just make sure when you're doing this that if you're going to go like this far, right, then make sure on each one it's the same distance. So let me cut this. I guess I could just tear it. Let me see. Make life a little easier on me, hey? All right, glue, you're not even funny. I don't know what's happening with my glue. Maybe. Maybe the little bottle will behave. Whoop, I am stabbing myself. All right, let me... This one might be a little bit better, but we'll find out, hey? All right, so here's that one. Okay. I'm gonna just close this up until I'm ready to do the next one. Now this is where you really, really want to take your time, okay, guys? The first thing that I would recommend is put everything in order. So we have everything is inked. We have, you know, all of our five flips, but what order do we want them, right? So which one do we want on top out of these three? I kind of like that. I like that too. I think I'm going to go with this. And then you know the next one is going to be that. And then the next one is going to be this. And then this. And then this. Okay? So, with that being said, when you stack them like this, you would think you would put this one first. But that's not the case, because when you open this up, that's how it's going to be, right? So you're actually going to start from the bottom. So I know what order I want. I'm going to flip them over. So this one I want first. Let me take my little pokey tool and start to get the tape up a little bit. Okay. Now, when you're putting this on, like I said, don't be on the score line, but more importantly than anything is make sure your sides are even. So I'm going to kind of go up here and place it close to the top. And I want my sides to look nice. When you're doing tape, it's a little more unforgiving, so just remember that. I'm going to do a nice score on that. And let's move on to our next one. Okay? A little bit of glue. Maybe. Try not to stab myself. All right, you behave. All right. Just having issues today with my glue. It's just not liking me, guys. And we have this glue over here that's decided to throw a total fit. So we're gonna try to make it work. I don't know if it will or not, but I'm gonna try. I want to definitely fold that. Okay. And we're gonna tear that. Tear that. Grab our next one in our stack. sure that is really burnished. You can even take your bone folder and just really burnish that tape on there. All right. And once again, I'm going really close to the fold line, but mainly I want my corners, or my side to side, right, to look good. Burnish that down. And flip the next one. Let me see if I can get something to wipe this. Baby wipes are our friends in the craft room, in the craft world, guys, right? All right, now I'm hoping that it has settled down, but it might not have, so I'm just gonna really be quick and then cover. Cover it right away. You can just do tape, guys. You don't have to do, you know, the tape and the glue. I'm just really, when I'm making journals, okay, you know, so much work goes into these, right? And time. And so I like to be triply sure that my work is going to hold, whether it's something for a gift or if I'm selling it or whatnot, right? You don't want it to come apart. And so, you know, invest in that, the better adhesives. All right. That one's really making me nervous because it keeps sticking to the back, so I might have to trim that yet. Okay, so this is up here. And now I'm to my third paper. Don't forget to fold it so that you can see where that line is. And I keep saying this, but I truly mean it. Most important thing is side to side. Okay, we're getting there. This, like I said, it's going to be a long video, but I figured it'll be worth it to see the whole process. All right, let's do one more. And use, get in there. I'm trying to kind of hurry, but still do a good job here, so. All right. All right. This one, and then we're down to our last one. Burnish that down. Lift it up. See, that came right back up there. Might even put a little more glue just in case, right? Now, I will tell you, if you can use glue, all glue. If you don't have book tape, just use glue. That's fine. If you do that, if you use all glue, The next part you are going to want to wait on. You're going to want to let it dry for a while, like totally dry, because otherwise it'll start flipping around and you will not be happy. You know, some of it might even flip off. All right, we're going to flip the last one up, which is right here. And put my glue here. And I'm going to put my tape across. Okay. Burnish it. Oh, you know what? I didn't trim that. Oops. If you didn't trim it, that's fine. Just flip that tape over. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. Trust me. And I'm going to put my very last one there. Once again, fold that other piece like that, just so you know where that fold line is. And I'm going to go there. And that looks good. Score that down. Okay. We are getting there. How fun is that? Now this one is still making me very, very nervous, guys. Okay? Because it keeps sticking to the back here. So I am going to take my little baby cutter here. And I'm just going to do a sliver. To make sure I got all that off. I believe I do. All right. Ooh, this is fun. This is fun. All right. So this is going to go on here. And then it's going to flip, 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 flip. All right. How cool. Let's do the next part. The next part is this band here. Okay. So set this on top of that belly band part. And what I like to do, or what you can do, is just kind of fold it together where you can kind of move it. Okay. I think this is going to be good, but let's see once I fold it, because we can adjust it. So I'm just going to kind of push those in a little bit, and I'm going to move that. So if I do this, and if I have this like this, and it's going up and down here, it's not really creating any drag that I know of. Let me try it some more. Because you don't want it really rubbing on the sides, but you don't want it too loose either. I might want to just bring it out a little bit more. I'll tell you why. I don't want issues. I think I'm going to be okay. I hope. Okay. So let me see. If I go like this, this is here. And this is going to push that up. Is it going to work? I hope so. This is news to me. We'll see. I'm going to commit though. I'm going to paste it in my journal and hope that it works. All right, you. Really check your edges here for that tape, because that matters. I'm going to do a little sliver. Just going to take it a little bit shy of a 1/2 inch. That's fine. Because I don't want my stuff sticking. I don't want anything to happen where this starts sticking to its side. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's recap. So we had our one piece, right? 4 1/4 by 9. We scored it at the bottom, 1/2 inch. That's your belly band base. Put our tape on there, okay? We made our piece, the back piece, and we made that at 4 1/4 by 8. We scored it every 1/2 inch 6 times, okay? Then we made our other pieces that were going to go on to that piece at 4 1/4 by 4 3/4, rounded the edges, did any type of inking or anything like that we needed. And then we took this piece, which is going to be our moving part, and we have it just a little bit bigger than the back piece. And I'm hoping that this isn't going to be too tight. I'd almost want rather err on the side of it being a little floppy than too tight, but I think I'm going to be okay. I think I am. So with that being said, if we put that on there and we put that on here, that's going to glue to that. Okay. All right, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to glue it on here before I paste this in my book. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. All right. For this one, I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, just because I really want to have a good seal on it. And Fabri-Tac is really getting, okay, where I'm going to need to open another bottle soon. Just try to really make it kind of like do circles and stuff to... All right, so if this is like this, I want this to close on the back, just so it looks nice. So I am going to flip it like that. And glue it. And the reason I'm not using tape here is if I need to adjust this at all, I have a few seconds to do that. Okay. All my glue today wants to just be crazy. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. And I never did use that one strip. Silly me. All right. You ever have those kind of days? All right. I just kind of stuck that in there in case any glue spilled out. All right. The reason I wanted this on like this and that I wanted my distress ink is because now I want to take my edges And I want to ink them kind of a little more than usual. So I kind of want to, like, I'll ink of the dark on the outside, right? But then I'm going to come in a little too. And you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to push the other side. Oh, I really went crazy with that one. It's all right. I don't mind. Like I said, when you make a mistake or something goes a little crazy on one side, just do it on the other. And then it'll be like, okay, wow, I meant to do that. And actually, I kind of like it. Ooh, yeah, I do. I'm getting really excited here. All right, guys, this is going to be, this is going to be the reckoning here. Now, let me go back for one more second. I do want to have a tab, a puller, okay? So I have a tab punch, and I have this paper left, right? So, or a strip of this. So I'm going to just take a tab from here, or punch one, I should say. If you don't have a tab punch, just, you know, cut a square, or, I mean, a rectangle or something, just so you have something to pull. And just finish inking this. And that is going to go on here. But first, I'm going to glue this in my book. Whew, I'm so nervous. I have decided to put this, let me see where we are here. I want to make sure that you guys can see. Yep. Okay, perfect. I have decided to put this on my music page. I think it'll be nice there. And by the way, my the reason why I came up with those measurements is because of how big my pages are. So you can do this in any size. I mean, feel free to have fun with it. Just know that you don't want this to be bigger than your page, right? But you don't want it a lot smaller than your page, right? And as far as width, you know, this stuff is going to come out a little bit, so I don't want it too close here or here. So, you know, like, that's how I came up with my measurements. So just kind of, you know, kind of go crazy yourself and see what you think. So now I'm going to just flip my book because I want to get a good look at the top, because that is where I want to kind of line this up, is really kind of close to the top, more than the bottom. The bottom, I don't care if there's a little bit of a gap there. In fact, that's kind of okay because I'm going to have that tab and stuff. But the top, I kind of want this real close to the top. So now I'm going to take that tape off. Maybe it'll just come off nicely for me. And maybe not. All right, you behave. There we go. It feels pretty sticky, so I think I'm going to be okay. Like I said, tape is not forgiving, so kind of watch your sides as far as lining up and your top. And I'm going to go a little bit closer to the side than the middle. You know, outer edge of the page versus the... Yeah, see? I went over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, you know what? I committed. That tape. Told ya. Not forgiving. Ooh. All right, you know, that's going to be okay, though, because it has to be, right? It has to be. And I'm not going to worry about this little bit because I can always put some lace or something up here, and that way it won't stick. We're gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be fine. We'll see at the end. I'll show you. All right, I'm gonna take this other piece off now. I'm gonna try a little bit harder to keep it straighter. That's the thing, guys. The tape, it's great, but boy, once you even set it down a little bit, it is not as forgiving as glue. So you could use like Fabri-Tac for this part. That would be fine. Just don't get too messy with it. And then you'd have a little bit of time to kind of pick it back up and, you know, place it back down. Make sure this piece has stayed in there, because if you lost that, it would be sad. I'm going to try to kind of be straight. Don't know. Like I said, my first time doing this, so I think I'm going to be okay, though. Yeah, we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. We're fine. No worries. All right. Here is my lovely pull tab. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to glue that on with my regular art glitter glue. The stuff that's misbehaving today. I don't know what is happening here with my stuff, but it is not being good to me. All right. I'm going to kind of guess where this center is a little bit. And I'm going to glue that down and hold it for a minute. Whew. Starting to get nervous. Like, if this doesn't turn out, I'll have to delete the whole video. Just joking, guys. Okay. All right. This piece goes on the top. Okay. So let's flip it again. Now, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to just try to... No, I'm going to flip it. Really, really nervous about messing this up at the last second. All right. I'm going to just kind of line this up. And I'm not going to even press it down yet. I'm just going to line up that very tip top. I want to see that my sides are okay. I think that looks good. All right. Last part. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I think it's going to work. Okay, this piece right here, we need to glue, and we need to place it on here. Okay, and you're going to come right up to the top. Now remember when I made that, I inked all the way over here? Remember, I didn't want that manila to show, but once we have this on here, look at that. It blends, guys, right in. Isn't that lovely? So when you glue this, you want it to be, I should have probably did a little ink there, but that's okay. You want it to be where this side to side is kind of even on both sides. So you want to be very careful here. This is our last thing that we're doing. So we're going to put some glue right here. Why I went to both ends, I don't know. All right. All right, this is the moment. But I'm feeling kind of good. All right, we have this glued. You know, give it a rest. I mean, let it definitely glue, but I'm going to hold it, so it should be okay. But look at, boo, 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 boo. Isn't that lovely? I am so happy about that. I could just do this all day long. And what's really lovely is, so you have a journaling space, journaling. You can put something here as far as like a decoration, right? Not decoration, but you know, you can embellish it. You could embellish down here too, but I wouldn't get too crazy on this piece because you don't want this to stick, okay? And then, like I said, you could put lace up here. I'm going to put lace on this side. I might even wrap it around. We'll see. I don't want it to get too crazy. And now, see how it kind of sticks up? Another thing you can do too, which I plan on doing, is taking a piece of lace. Let me grab one. This doesn't match, but I'm just going to use it just to show you. You could take a piece of ribbon and you could tie it, right? And how lovely is that? Isn't that lovely? So, you know, you come in, you open your book, and you're like, oh, that's so pretty. And then you can kind of go, boop, 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 boop. I am so excited. My first waterfall I ever made, and I did it with you guys. So thank you for sharing the journey with me. I am actually going to go off camera and I'm going to decorate this. And I'm going to come back in another video. And the next time, I have two ideas. The next video that I want to do is I want to do kind of like a waterfall, but it's a different type. This is... I gotta talk about this. This is years ago when I first started junk journaling, so it is not pretty. But I keep things because it gives me ideas, right? I like this because it's paper that you can journal on once you flip it, okay? So you just take a bunch of paper and you put it together and you can clip it with a paper clip. And it just gives you tons and tons of journaling space. I plan on doing this one only better, so it's going to be like Waterfall 2, only easy peasy, not like that other one. And then the other thing I want to do is I'm going to have a video called Pockets, Pockets, Pockets. And it's something like this. This is a prototype. And it's basically taking a couple different pieces of cardstock and we fold it. And, you know, we have pockets. And when I talk about pockets, let me talk to you about that. There's one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if you glue this just on the top and the bottom, 8 pockets in one, you know, in a couple pieces of paper. So I'm really excited about that as well. So I hope you'll join me for those two videos that will be coming soon. And also, I think for the rest of the journal, because I have a lot of embellishing to do and stuff, I think I'm going to go ahead and decorate on my own some of that stuff, but I will come back and tell you what I did. If it's something that's a little bit hard or difficult, I'll try to do a video on it, but I will for sure show you the end piece with my journal when I finish it. And we will also be in the future be putting some beads on and, you know, finishing the cover and things like that. So I hope you are enjoying this series. If you are and you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe, like and subscribe, and tell your friends about it. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I love doing this. So yeah, I look forward to showing you guys some more stuff. And if you do try this, go ahead and throw a picture in the comments. I'd love to see your work. So thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great day.